Hello my dear students, welcome to another new video of our YouTube channel Lesson Sport. So today in this video we are going to discuss some of the previous year questions which is asked from the chapter Chemical Reactions and Equations. We have done the part 1 of this in our previous video. So if you are new to our channel, please subscribe to our channel, and if you find this video useful, please share it with your class 10 friends. So let's get started. So the first question is, the reaction of quicklime with water is an exothermic reaction. The reason is large amount of heat is evolved on the reaction of quicklime with water. So quicklime we have studied chemically. Quicklime means it is calcium oxide. So once we are reacting calcium oxide with water, it is a very high vigorous reaction. And also due to this reaction, the product which is formed is slaked lime, or we can tell it has a calcium hydroxide solution will be formed. Along with that, heat is also liberated, right? Okay, so heat is also liberated. So whenever a reaction produces heat along with the formation of the product, it can be called as an exothermic reaction. So this reaction can also be called as exothermic reaction. So now just see our question. Assertion is reaction of quicklime with water is an exothermic reaction. That is true, and the reason is large amount of heat is evolved on the reaction of quicklime and water. Okay, that is also true. So what we can conclude from this is both assertion and reason are true, and R is the correct explanation for A. Hope this question is clear to you. Let's move to the next question. What happens when lead nitrate is heated, iron 2 sulfate is heated, silver chloride is exposed to sunlight? This question has already been discussed in our part 1. So first is, what happens when lead nitrate is heated? So lead nitrate means PbNO3 twice. So this is chemically lead nitrate. Once we are heating lead nitrate, what will happen here? We can see the formation of a brown fume, and also the white color of this lead nitrate will be changing into yellow color. So this yellow color is due to the formation of lead oxide. Okay, lead oxide will be forming yellow color, and also two gases are evolved here, that is NO2 gas as well as oxygen gas. Okay, so here NO2 gas is produced, right? So due to the production of this NO2 gas, we are getting brown fumes. So this is what happens when lead nitrate crystals are heated. Now you just see iron 2 sulfate. Iron 2 sulfate means FeSO4. Okay, so this is ferrous sulfate. So the color of the ferrous sulfate is pale green in color. Once we are heating this pale green ferrous sulfate, it will be forming brown colored ferric oxide. Okay, brown colored ferric oxide, Fe2O3. Along with that, we can observe the smell of a burning sulfur. So why we are getting the smell of this burning sulfur is due to the production of SO2 as well as silver chloride. The color of the silver chloride is white in color. Okay, color of the silver chloride is white in color. So this white colored silver chloride, when it is treated with sunlight, it will be forming gray color. Okay, AgCl. So it will be turning into silver. So this silver will be having gray color. Along with that, what is produced? Chlorine gas is also produced. So these are the changes which are taking place. Hope this question is clear to you. Let's move to the next question. So the next question is, electrolysis of water is a decomposition reaction. The mass ratio of hydrogen is to oxygen. You have to find the mass ratio. So for that, first what you have to do is, you have to write the balanced chemical equation. So the balanced chemical equation can be written as 2H2O gives H2 2H2 plus O2. So we know the mass of an hydrogen is 1 and mass of oxygen is 60. Okay, so here all together you have 4 hydrogens. 2 into 2, 4. Okay, so hydrogen 4. Here you have 2 oxygen, right? So 4 and 2. Got it? Now you just see 4 hydrogen, mass of 1 hydrogen is 1, therefore mass of 4 hydrogen will be 4 is to oxygen. We have 2 oxygen. Mass of 1 oxygen is 16. So mass of 2 oxygen will be what? It will be 32. Okay. So now if you are simplifying this, you will be getting the ratio 1 is to 8. So the correct answer for this question is 1 is to 8. Hope this reaction of this question is clear to you. Let's move to the next question. Consider the following reaction. Okay, so the reaction is dilute hydrochloric acid react with sodium hydroxide. So this is a neutralization reaction that you will be studying in your next chapter. So during neutralization reaction, salt plus water is the major product. Okay. So here magnesium oxide react with dilute hydrochloric acid. Okay, so here also the product which is formed is magnesium chloride and water. Magnesium chloride is a salt. So here also the product that we are getting is salt plus water. Now in the last case, carbon dioxide react with sodium hydroxide. So carbon dioxide reacts with sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide means NaOH. So what we will be getting? We will be getting sodium carbonate, Na2CO3 plus water will also be formed. Okay. So this sodium carbonate can also be treated as a salt. So we are getting salt and water. So in all these 3 reactions, the product that we are getting is salt and water. So the correct option is salt and water is formed. Hope this question is clear to you. Let's move to the next question. In which one of the following situation a chemical reaction does not occur? Okay, chemical reaction does not occur. So first is milk is left open at room temperature during summer. So once we are milk is left open in the summer season, due to the heat, milk will get spoiled. Okay, spoilage of milk will take place. So this is a chemical reaction, right? Spoilage of milk is a chemical reaction. Second one is grapes get fermented. That is fermentation of grapes to produce alcohol. This is also what? A chemical change or a chemical reaction. Now the iron nail is left exposed to humid atmosphere. So whenever iron nail is left exposed to humid atmosphere, it will be reacting with air and water and it will be forming ferric oxide. Okay, rest it will be forming. Hydrated ferric oxide will be formed. This is also a chemical reaction. But you just see the last option, melting of glaciers. Glaciers means snow. Once the snow is melt, it will be getting converted into liquid. Here only the change in the state is taking place. There is no chemical reaction which is taking place here. So the correct option for this question is melting of glaciers. Hope this is clear to you. Let's move to the next question. The correct balanced chemical equation showing the exothermic reaction in which natural gas is burnt in air. So natural gas means it is methane. Okay, CH4. Methane is called the natural gas. Natural gas is burnt in air means it will be reacting with oxygen. Okay, whenever a carbon and hydrogen compounds are heated, the main products that we will be getting is carbon dioxide plus water we will be getting. Along with that, it is exothermic. It is mentioned, right? So heat or any form of energy will also be released. So now you have to balance this chemical equation. So you can see here one carbon is here also one carbon is balanced. Now you just see here 4 hydrogen is here, but here only what? 2 hydrogen is there, right? So you have to make it 4. How you will do? You will be putting 2 in the front, right? So this 2 is common for hydrogen and oxygen. Okay. So now you can see there are 2 oxygen in the reactant side, but in the product side you just see you have 2 and 2, that is 2 plus 2, 4 oxygen is there. So here only 2 oxygen is there, so you have to make it 4. How you will do? You will be putting 2 at the front. So the correct option is CH4 plus 2O2 gives CO2 plus 2H2O plus energy. That is option D is the correct answer. Hope this question is also clear to you. Let's move to the next question. Consider the following equation. So you have to balance this equation. Okay, aluminium reacting with water H2O to form aluminium oxide Al2O3 and hydrogen gas. Okay, so first aluminium, you have 1 aluminium here, you have 2 aluminium here. So you have to balance this. So what you have to do? You have to put 2 at the front. Okay, so aluminium is 10. Now you just see here 2 hydrogen, here also 2 hydrogen, hydrogen is balanced. Now you just see oxygen, you have 3 oxygen over here, here you have only 1 oxygen. So you have to make it 3. So how you will do? Yes, you will be putting 3 at the front. Okay, so this 3 has already mentioned 3 is common for hydrogen and oxygen. So what you will be getting? 3H2 you got, right? So total how many hydrogen is there? 3 into 2 you have to do. That is 6 hydrogen is there. Here only 2 hydrogen. So you have to make it 6. How you will do? You have to put 3 at the front. So what is the value of P? P will be 2, Q will be 3, R will be 1 and S will be 3. So the correct option is option C, 2, 3, 1, 3. Hope this question is clear to you. Let's move to the next question. The main observation while burning the magnesium ribbon in air are. Okay, so this first option we have already studied. The magnesium ribbon burns with a white dazzling flame and it will be producing a white colored powder. So the first option and the second option are the correct option. Okay, so the correct option is option C, 1 and 2. Hope this is also clear to you. Let's move to the next question. The value of A, B, C and D in the following balanced chemical equation are. So you have to find the value of A, B, C and D. Okay, so first thing you have to do is, this is already a balanced chemical equation which is being given in your textbook. Okay, so you just see, we will see lead Pb in the reactant side, how much is there in the product side, and also nitrogen you have to see, oxygen you have to see. Okay, lead you just see there is only 1 lead in the reactant side. Okay, Pb is 1. Here also there is only 1 lead. So Pb product also 1. Now you can see NO3. Okay, NO3 twice. So this 2 is common for both nitrogen and oxygen. So from here you will get that there is a presence of 2 nitrogen, right? And O3 then 2. That is, there is a presence of 6 oxygen. So nitrogen in the reactant side is 2. Okay, now you can see in the product side it is 1. Now you just see oxygen. Okay, oxygen, you have 6 oxygen in the reactant side, you have 5 oxygen in the product side. Okay, 5 oxygen in the sense 1 oxygen here, 2, 3 you will get, again 2. So 4 plus 1, 5 you will be getting. So you have written the number of atoms on both the sides. Okay. Now what you have to do is, we are going to balance this one. Okay. So this is odd number, right? Here there is a presence of 6 like oxygen, here there is a presence of 5 oxygen. Okay, so you have to get 6 oxygen, you have to balance. So what you have to do, you have to add 1 more oxygen, right? So here you cannot do nothing, here also you cannot do anything. Okay, so but when you are adding 2 over here, okay, if you add 2 over here, what you can see, oxygen will be getting balanced over here. So 6 oxygen will be here, 6 oxygen will be here also, right? So we will be adding 2. Okay, so once we added 2 here, the lead become unbalanced. So here there will be presence of 2 lead, here only there will be a presence of 1 lead. So what you will do, you will be putting 2 over here again. Okay, you will be putting 2. So once you put 2 here, again this whole thing will get unbalanced, right? So what you will be getting? So you will be getting like this, right? 2 NO3 twice. So this 2 I am not writing, let this. So we have already discussed like what we will get. 2 nitrogen, we will have 2 nitrogen, so 2 into 2 altogether we will have 4 nitrogen. 6 oxygen is there already, along with that 2 came, so what we will get? 6 into 2, that is 12 nitrogen, 12 oxygen we got. Okay, so we have 4 nitrogen and 12 oxygen. So here you have only what? 1 nitrogen, so you have to make it 4. So what you will do, you will be putting 4. So now you just count the total number of all the atoms in both the sides. So what you will be getting, we have written like this, right? 2 Pb NO3 twice gives 2 PbO plus 4 NO2 plus O2, right? Okay, so now you just see lead you have 2 lead here, 2 lead here. Lead is balanced. Okay, now you just solve for nitrogen. 2 into 2. Okay, nitrogen 2 into 2, 4. Here also 4 nitrogen. Nitrogen is balanced. Okay, now you just count oxygen. Here anyhow 3 into 2, 6 oxygen is there. Along with that 2 is coming. So 6 into 2, 12 oxygen you have. Here you have 2 oxygen. Okay, plus here you have 4 2s are 8 oxygen. Plus again you have 2 oxygen. So 8 plus 2 10, 10 plus 2 12. So this equation is balanced. Therefore the value is 2, then 2 4 1, 2 2 4 1. Okay, hope this is clear to you. Let's move to the next equation. Example of thermal decomposition reaction. Okay, thermal decomposition reaction. Thermal means what? We are providing energy for the decomposition in the form of heat. Okay, here you just see AgCl turning Ag plus Cl2. This is in the presence of sunlight, right? Okay, now H2 gives H2 plus O2. Okay, so this is also in the presence, this is in the presence of electricity. Okay, now you just see decomposition of calcium carbonate. We have seen thermal decomposition of calcium carbonate. So this is a thermal decomposition reaction, and also this one is also what? Thermal decomposition. So the correct option is option 2 and 4, that is option D is the correct answer. Hope this is clear to you. Let's move to the next question. Decomposition reactions are generally endothermic reaction. Decomposition of organic matter into compost is an exothermic reaction. Okay, we have already seen decomposition reactions are endothermic. Like thermal decomposition means heat is absorbed. Photolytic means light is absorbed. Electrolytic means electricity is absorbed, right? So we can say assertion is true. Okay, now you can see like what? Decomposition of organic matter. Organic matter means dead and decayed matter. Okay, so this decomposition of organic matter, once they decompose, they will be releasing energy. Okay, that is decomposition of organic matter into compost or into manna is an example of exothermic reaction. Okay, so both A and R are true, but R is not a correct explanation for A. Hope this question is also clear to you. Let's move to the next question. Silver chloride turns grey in sunlight. It decomposes into silver and chlorine in sunlight. We have already discussed this many a times. So both assertion and reason are correct, and R is the correct explanation for A. That is silver chloride, white color silver chloride. When it is exposed to sunlight, it will be forming grey color silver, and chlorine gas will also be liberated here. Okay. Let's move to next question. All exothermic reactions are accompanied by the evolution of heat and light. Combination reactions may or may not be exothermic. Okay, so here you just see, we have seen exothermic reaction means it involves the evolution of heat. That is true. But we have not mentioned anywhere that all combination reactions are exothermic. Combination reaction can be an exothermic reaction. Okay, so what happens here is both A and R are true. Okay, both A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation for A. Now, next question. A student performs the following experiment in his school laboratory. List two observations to justify that this experiment is a chemical change. So here, what student has done, he has taken zinc granules. Okay, to this zinc granules, he has added what? H2SO4. Once he had this H2SO4, what he can see? He can see the formation of bubbles over here. Okay, so this formation of bubbles represents the evolution of which gas? Hydrogen gas. Along with that, a salt is formed which is called zinc sulfate. So you can see there is an evolution of gas here. So at the starting of the chapter, we have studied whenever there is a chemical reaction, either it is accompanied by a change in color or there will be evolution of gas. There will be change in temperature, right? So since there is an evolution of gas here, it can be considered as a chemical change. Okay? Hope this question is clear to you. Let's move to the next question. What happens when lead nitrate is thermally decomposed? Natural gas is burnt in air. So this question we have already discussed. Lead nitrate, once it is heated, it will be producing brown fumes. This brown fumes is due to the production of NO2 gas. And natural gas means methane. Once it is burnt in air, it will be producing what? Carbon dioxide plus water plus energy will be released. Okay, energy will be released. Okay, lead nitrate, when it is heated, PbNO3 twice. When it is heated, it will be producing what? Lead oxide plus nitrogen dioxide gas is produced and also oxygen gas is evolved. Okay, hope this question is clear to you. Let's move to the next question. Translate and balance the following. So you have to write the chemical equation and you have to balance. Okay, HNO3, nitric acid means HNO3 will be reacting with calcium hydroxide, CaOH twice. Okay, calcium hydroxide, nitric acid reacts with calcium hydroxide and what is formed? Calcium nitrate. Calcium nitrate means CaNO3 twice. Calcium nitrate plus H2O, water will be formed. Okay, so this is the chemical equation. Now what you have to do, you have to balance this chemical equation. Okay, so just see this equation. Here what you can see is HNO3. So just count NO3, you can take it as one species. Okay, NO3 you can take it as one species. Okay, here you have one calcium, here also you have one calcium. So calcium is balanced. Okay, NO3 you will take it as one, means here you have 2 NO3, here you have only one NO3. So you have to make it 2. So how you can make it 2? You can put 2 at the front, right? So our hydrogen has changed here, right? So you just count total number of hydrogen in the reactant side. Here 2 hydrogen is there, so 2. Plus here also 2 hydrogen is there, this 2 is common, right? So 2 hydrogen is there, 2 plus 2 you will be getting 4. But you just see this side, you have only 2 hydrogen in the product side. So you have to make it 2. What you will do? You will be putting 2 at the front. Okay, so now you just see 2H2. Okay, here also 2 oxygen is here, here also 2 oxygen is here. Okay, so this is the balanced chemical equation, that is 2HNO3 plus CaOH twice gives CaNO3 twice plus 2H2O. Let's move to next one. Okay. sodium chloride, NaCl, sodium chloride reacts with silver nitrate, AgNO3. Okay, silver nitrate gives silver chloride, AgCl plus sodium nitrate, NaNO3. Since here you just see one Na, Cl, one Cl, one Cl. Ag also 1 Ag, 1 Ag. NO3, treat it as 1 NO3, 1 NO3. So this is already a balanced chemical equation. Hope this question is clear to you. So let's move on to the next question. Balance the following equation. Okay, this question we have already done balancing, so no, I am not going for that. This CO2 plus H2O we will be giving C6H12O6 plus O2 plus H2. Okay, so you have to balance this equation. So just see here, you have 6 carbon atom, but here you see you have only 1 carbon atom, so you have to make it 6. How you will make it 6? You will be putting 6 at the front. Okay, so now you just see carbon in the reactant side and in the product side. So in the reactant side now you have 6 carbon. Okay, in the product side also you have 6 carbon. So carbon is balanced. Now you just see oxygen. Okay, 6 we have put in the front, so 6 is common for this also. So what you can see, 6 2s are 12. 12 again 1 oxygen is there. 12 plus 1 13 oxygen is here. Now you just see here how many oxygen, 6 oxygen here plus 2 oxygen here plus 1 oxygen. So 6 plus 2 plus 1, that is 8 plus 1, 9 oxygen is here. Now you just see hydrogen. Okay, hydrogen. So hydrogen, you have 2 hydrogen in the reactant side. In the product side 12 plus 2, you have 14 hydrogen. Okay, 12 plus 2, you have 14 hydrogen. So now what you have to do, you have to balance this equation. Okay, so carbon part balancing it is done. Now you have to go for balancing oxygen as well as you have to go for balancing hydrogen. Okay, so how we will do the balancing? So what you have to do is, like here you have to make this hydrogen equal, right? You have to make this hydrogen equal. So for that, if we put 6 hydrogen over here, okay, 6 hydrogen over here, what you will be getting, you will get like this, right? So I will just rub this. Okay, so we have already put what? So I have already put 6 CO2 over here. Okay, now you have to balance this hydrogen. So here what will become 12 H2O, because we have already what, 14, altogether we have 14 hydrogen, right? So 6 CO2 plus 12 H2O will be giving what, C6 H12O6. Okay, C6 H12O6 plus 6 CO2 you will be getting plus 6 H2O you will get. Okay, 6 H2O you will get. Now you just see here you have 12 into 2, 24 hydrogen is here. Here you have 12 hydrogen. Here also you have 12 hydrogen. That is 12 plus 12, 24. Okay, now you just see oxygen over here. Here you have 12 plus 12, 24 oxygen. Here also same. Okay, so the number of atoms on both the sides is being balanced. So hope this video is very clear to you. So if you have any doubt, you can drop your doubt in the comment box. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe to this channel and share this video with your class 10 friends. So hope you have enjoyed this video and understood all the questions that we have discussed. Thank you so much for watching my video. So please do subscribe so that you will get all the questions and all the videos. That's all. Thank you so much. Bye bye.